Welcome to What We Know. Today we're going back in time to the exciting world of 1970s London, a city full of musicians trying to make it big. From this energetic scene, a special sound emerged, a mix of blues, rock, and a bit of jazz, all held together by some amazing guitar playing. This is the story of Dire Straits, a band that made its way through the ups and downs of the music business to become one of the most famous and loved bands of their time. Our story doesn't start on a big fancy stage, but in a simple London flat in 1977. Here, four guys, Mark and David Knopfler, John Ilsley and Pick Withers, came together because they loved music. They called themselves Dire Straits, a name that reflected their tough financial situation but not their hopeful spirit. Like lots of new bands, Dire Straits wanted to record their music. They made a demo tape with 5 songs, including one called Sultans of Swing, a song that would become their signature tune. Mark Knopfler wrote it after seeing a struggling jazz band play in a nearly empty pub, which reminded him of his own band's struggles. Dire Straits played their first live show at the F Club in Leeds. Mark Knopfler's unique guitar playing and how well the band played together made them stand out. The people at the F Club that night saw a band that was about to become really famous. In 1978, when punk rock and disco were really popular, a new sound arrived. Dire Straits' first album showed everyone a band that was hard to put into just one category. Produced by Muff Winwood, the album showed off their mix of rock, blues and jazz. But it was Sultans of Swing that really made them famous. It became a hit in both the UK and the US, making Dire Straits a band everyone was talking about. Many bands would have let the success of their first album go to their heads, but Dire Straits used their new fame to make even more music. They went to the Bahamas to record their second album, Communique, making their sound even better and writing about new things. In 1980, Dire Straits went into the studio with a big goal to make their best album yet. Making Movies, their third album, had a bigger, more dramatic sound. From the beautiful ballad Romeo and Juliet to the epic Tunnel of Love, the album showed a band at the top of their game. It was loved by all sorts of music fans. In 1982, Dire Straits came back with Love Over Gold, showing a different side to their music. The main song, Telegraph Road, was inspired by the decline of the American car industry and how it affected people's lives. It was a song about love, loss, and finding meaning in life. For Dire Straits, playing live was where their music really shone. In 1984, they released Alchemy Dire Straits Live, a recording of their amazing live shows. Recorded at London's Hammersmith Odeon, the album showed just how great they were on stage. 1985 was a big year for music. Music videos were everywhere, and CDs changed how we listened to music. Dire Straits released Brothers in Arms, an album that would become one of the best-selling albums ever. Recorded at AIR Studios in Montserrat, it was a really advanced album for its time. Money for Nothing, with its famous opening line and groundbreaking video, captured the spirit of the times. The Money for Nothing video wasn't just new, it changed everything. It was played all the time on MTV, making the song a huge hit around the world. Money for Nothing was a big cultural moment, showing how powerful music and technology could be. While Money for Nothing was a massive hit, Walk of Life quietly became a favorite for millions of people. Its catchy piano riff and positive lyrics made it a song everyone loved. It wasn't just a stadium anthem, it was a timeless song that connected with people from all walks of life. Brothers in Arms made Dire Straits world famous. The tour that followed was one of the biggest and most successful of the 80s. It showed how popular the band was and how they could connect with people in a very personal way. July 13th, 1985, a very important date in music history. Dire Straits played at Live Aid at Wembley Stadium, showing their amazing talent and using their fame for a good cause. Their performance of Money for Nothing and Sultans of Swing with Sting was one of the concert's highlights. The awards kept coming for Brothers in Arms. In 1986, Dire Straits won the Grammy for Best Rock Performance by a duo or group with vocal. Their innovative video for Money for Nothing also won a Grammy. It was a night of celebration for Dire Straits, showing how talented and hard-working they were. On June 11, 1988, Wembley Stadium hosted a concert for Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday. Dire Straits gave a powerful performance, their music reflecting the hopes of people around the world. The concert was a strong message against apartheid and a celebration of Mandela's life. The late 1980s was a time of change for Dire Straits. After the huge success of Brothers in Arms, the band took a break. Mark Knopfler worked on other musical projects, and the other members did their own things. In 1991, Dire Straits came back with On Every Street, their sixth and final studio album. It had a more thoughtful, rootsy sound with elements of country and folk music. The title track showed how Mark Knopfler's songwriting had grown, with deeper and more meaningful lyrics. One of the best songs on Every Street was Calling Elvis, a tribute to Elvis Presley. The song's strong rhythm and fun lyrics reminded everyone of Elvis's lasting impact on music. Dire Straits went on one last world tour to promote On Every Street. The tour lasted over 2 years, playing to millions of fans. It was their last chance to share their music with the world and secure their place in rock and roll history. In 1993, Dire Straits released On the Night, a live album recorded during their final tour. It showed how talented they were and how much they loved their music. On the Night was a perfect final album for a band that had achieved so much. After the On Every Street tour, Dire Straits quietly went their separate ways, leaving behind an incredible legacy. Mark Knopfler continued his successful solo career, and the other members pursued their own musical interests. Even though Dire Straits were no longer a band, their music continued to be important. In 1999, Mark Knopfler won an Ivor Novello Award for his huge contribution to British music. Their music was also used in video games, introducing a new generation to their unique sound. In 2018, Dire Straits were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This recognized their special mix of blues, rock, and jazz, and their amazing musical skills. Mark Knopfler didn't go to the ceremony, but the band's legacy was celebrated by other musicians and their fans. Today, Dire Straits' music is still finding new fans, being streamed billions of times. Sultans of Swing is still a favorite, its famous guitar riff instantly recognizable. Their music lives on in the digital world. Dire Straits' music still means a lot to people all over the world. Many artists have covered their songs, and their influence can be heard in lots of different types of music. Their legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of the millions of people who love their music. And so, we leave the world of Dire Straits, a great example of how music can connect people and inspire us. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to What We Know for more great content. See you next time for more stories about rock and roll legends.